This is going to be the first installment of what makes prepositional phrases so confusing. So for the first set that we're going to look at, it's comparing them to infinitives. And prepositional phrases can look an awful lot like infinitives because they can have the same beginning word. Let's go back to our formula for a prepositional phrase. Starts with one of those words we memorized, a preposition, has modifiers in the middle, and ends with a noun. Our number one rule is there can be no verbs anywhere in here. Well, an infinitive starts with what looks like a preposition. To is on our second list of prepositions to memorize, and it has a verb after it. To run, to play. So because it has a verb, it can't be a prepositional phrase. It's now become an infinitive. So when we think about the job in a sentence, we're not going to spend too much time on this right now. Infinitives are one of those verbals that we're going to focus on a little bit later in the year. But just know, just like prepositional phrases can have a job of being an adjective or an adverb in a sentence, infinitives can do the same thing, but they can also be nouns. So looking at this sentence down here, Mom wanted to give the money to me. I see to in there twice. So I'm going to go back to my formula and think to followed by a noun or pronoun with some modifiers is a prepositional phrase over here, to me. So I want you to highlight it. And then if we see to again, I want to look, does it have a noun or a pronoun after it, or does it have a verb? To give. To give is an action, so it's an infinitive. So we're going to put brackets around it. So you've got some example sentences here. What I want you to do is get out a highlighter and another writing utensil, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to look for prepositional phrases, and then you're going to also look for infinitives and make sure you can see the difference between them. So I'm going to start with a preposition. I see to here. I want to find the one that has a noun after it. So to the gym has gym as the noun and the as my modifier, so that's a prepositional phrase. Now I see to over here again, and I could say that I see game here at the end of this phrase, to play a night game. The problem is I've got a verb in there, and if there's a verb inside of a prepositional phrase, it's a no-no. So if I go back and think about this again, to plus a verb, to play, is an infinitive. We're going to put brackets around it. So I want you to do the rest of the examples and then bring it up for me to check.